Oh shit. SO389 dispatch. I've located the body. The scene's about 50 yards on a trail.
Deep in the woods, police uncover a serial killer's secret torture ground.
What is that? Sounds like it's heading this way.
5 feet from the knife, up the top of the body, carving the blood of the place.
10-4, signal 7. Please send another unit to my location.
Why would a killer build this deep in the forest?
Whoever did this, that's fresh.
There's a little eyeball right here. That's some creepy shit right here.
Smell this right? You don't smell gas right here?
Yeah.
So they're gonna torch him?
I'm not sure what it is, but I've got movement east of my location in the woods. There's something moving around back this way.
He carries 3 or 4 knives on him. He thinks he's Rambo.
You're what? I'm just like a god.
December 23, 2022. Officer Roger receives a chilling 911 call. A man, panicked and shaking, claims he's just found his best friend's body deep in Lake Jackson Forest. Within minutes, Officer Azure and a team of first responders arrive. But what they find isn't just a body. It's the beginning of something far more disturbing.
That's my friend, man.
Okay, y'all stay right there.
At the edge of the tree line, they meet Jamie man who made the Callan Robert, his voice tight with urgency. Both insist there's no time to waste. Their friend is somewhere in the woods not breathing. Despite protocol, Officer Azure makes a split-second decision. He follows Robert into the dense forest alone, unaware that every step forward is pulling him deeper into something far darker than a death in the woods.
389, I'm 10-12 with him. Just give me a minute. I'm 10-12 with 2. I'm heading down to take a look. 361, if you want to come down, and 56 with the EMS in the back. I'm headed down to the scene.
We're gonna go back that way, about 50 yards.
Okay.
50 yards. I walked over the bridge.
Yeah.
Knife was laying on the ground. There's no blood on it.
Did you touch the knife?
I did pick up the knife.
Okay. Well, we're gonna need to get fingerprints from you, okay?
No problem. I walked by the tarp, and you couldn't see James.
Okay.
And then Alan walked by the tarp and goes, "What's that?" And he picked the tarp up with his stickies on his hand, and James was laying there face down, and I dropped the knife and we left.
Okay. All right. Well, we're gonna need to get a very detailed statement from you, okay?
Yes, sir.
Just because.
I understand.
Well, the thing is, I'm not accusing you of anything, but you have to be ruled out. You see what I'm saying?
100%.
At this point, Officer Azure still can't confirm Robert's story. There's no body, no blood, just a frantic man and a forest growing darker by the minute. Every instinct tells him to wait for backup, but Robert's shaking voice, the urgency in his eyes, it's convincing. Almost too convincing. Azure presses on, step by step, deeper into the woods. No cell signal, no radio, just the crunch of leaves and the feeling that something isn't right.
You just hang on down right here for me, okay? Let me get up there and take a look.
You better than that.
Which one?
Right here, plenty.
Oh, shit. Okay.
And then you please put in that back tent, please.
All right. Where's the knife?
The knife is on the left-hand side of him.
Okay.
Laying on the ground. He's got a white belt.
Okay. Just hang out there for me, okay?
Yeah.
Jeannie was telling the truth. Wrapped tightly in a blood-soaked tarp lies the lifeless body of James Leighton Decker. Naked, pale, covered in deep cuts and jagged scrapes. The forest floor beneath him is stained red. The air shifts, realizing the gravity of the scene. Officer Roger quickly tells Jamie to return to the trail ahead and wait for backup. He stays behind to investigate further. But as the silence sets in, he begins to hear it. A sound, subtle at first like distant snapping twigs. Then breathing, not his own. Something or someone eyes watching.
I'm not sure if it's a person or I'm not sure what it is, but I've got movement east of my location in the woods. Sounds like it's heading this way. Hey, LT. I mean, there's nothing for y'all to check. He's cold to the touch. All right, we've got knife right here, body here, tents, whole camp spread up back here. We've also got one outstanding.
What the hell are you talking about?
There's 2 people who live in this camp.
And one's not here?
And one's outstanding at the moment.
Did you find the knife?
Yeah.
I got a knife right here.
No blood on it,
Well, there's something right there, but hey, did you still got those 2 guys 10-12 up front?
Yeah, they're standing there waiting for us.
Good, because one that led me back touched the knife, so we need to get his prints and a statement off him. The other one touched the tarp. They found out what was going on and they took off. I checked the camp and he's the only one back here.
I got the name of the person that he was arguing with at 5 or 6 o'clock.
Yeah, so, and I've got what looks like maybe his clothes right over there. So he's naked and there's some clothes right there on the fire.
As medical staff arrive and examine the body more closely, the true horror begins to unfold. James didn't just die, was brutalized. Blunt force trauma to the skull, signs of strangulation. But then something far worse. Traces of gasoline are discovered in his lungs and stomach. It wasn't just a murder. It was a message. Detectives are left with one haunting question. Why would a victim have gasoline inside him? But this was just the beginning. The forest still had more to give. And every new discovery would only make things darker.
Hey, Seth, take a look at this for me. What is that? Is that just soot weared off on that, or?
I
mean, it looks awful shiny.
Where he has been stabbed, just from what I can see. But he is butt naked, face down on a tarp with his upper torso covered, so definitely not. And definitely somebody put him here. So I don't know what his face looks like. If he was stabbed in the neck or the face, the blood may be hidden by the tarp. I'm not seeing any obvious blood. Apparently the witness picked up the knife, and the knife has like a roasted string around it. There's blood on it. Yeah, the tarp's brown, but there's blood all over the tarp, like blood splatter.
It looks like, I mean, he was moved post-mortem. You can tell by the way he was dressed.
Oh, he's got his fucking leaf in his ass crack.
Yeah. That's hollow down below, you see that?
Yeah. That's crazy.
Almost looks like they're carving Odin. This in the one eye. You see that?
Fucking nuts.
Artistic.
Smell gas.
Smell gas?
Oh, they had to cut that with a chainsaw, right? And it looks like,
You can smell gas right now.
yeah.
By now, officers were certain this was no accident. They had a murder on their hands. The deep wounds, the bloody knife nearby, the gasoline inside the body. All signs pointed to one chilling truth. This wasn't just a killing. It was calculated, prolonged, personal. Whoever did this didn't just want James dead. They wanted him to suffer. And judging by the scene, he likely did for hours. With this in mind, officers turned their attention back to Jamie, a man who first dialed 911. Something about his story didn't sit right, and what he revealed next would lead investigators straight to the killer. But before we dive deeper into the discovery, it's important to remember that tragedies like this don't just happen in forests. They can happen anywhere, to anyone. Take Yvette Torrance. She was simply walking home from work in Philadelphia when a truck came out of no hurry and struck her without warning. With that said, let's get back to the investigation. Officers were ready to speak with Jamie once more, the original 911 caller. This time, what he shared would become their biggest lead yet.
So I heard arguing and stuff. So I go through the woods, go to this camp.
So you
I
left.
fall back to the camp because, you know,
Right.
homeless people argue all the time about dumb shit. It's been a while now, and I haven't heard anything from James or anybody over there. So I go over there to me and my friend that's with
The other
Officer
deputy.
now. Go over there, right? So when I walk, get to a certain point, I see a tarp laying there beside this tree, which is never there. I flip over
inside
the
is-
tarp is I don't even know if it's James or.
All right. Well, we're gonna get it figured out. Okay. Do you know James' last name?
Do.
Do you know James's last name?
No, ma'am.
No.
I'm talking about the person who did this, because I know who it is. Dusty McDonald. It lives right up. He just got the complaint this morning. Man come down there with a hatchet, threatening, chopping shit up. Called it in, sheriff's department. They come over, they talked to him, they told him that they're gonna go over and talk to him and just stay away.
And James is the one who called.
Oh man.
Who called this morning? Rick. Okay. Do you know
Rick
Rick's
is
last
the one
name?
who stays there.
Okay.
No, man, but Rick is the one who stays there. James is a friend of everybody's, but
So
he was
I should be
staying
able
up
to
there with
find out
Dusty.
by his name.
According to Jamie, a man named Justin, Dusty McDonald had attacked another camper with a hatchet earlier that day. Police had been called, but by the time they arrived, Dusty had vanished into the woods. It was alarming, but not yet enough to name him as the prime suspect. At least, not until nearly every witness interviewed pointed to the same man. Dusty. The pattern was impossible to ignore. With enough statements to justify it, officers now had reason to bring Dusty in for questioning. There was just one problem. Dusty was gone, and the forest, it was vast.